selfish individuals, by some hijackers.
Mao Sampa is lying. Mao Sampa is a liar. I was Mao Sampa's personal right-hand man in 2014-2015 presidential by-elections. All those moves that Mao Sampa was saying, thinking is popular and is famous, it's me who was doing that, the groundwork. Mao Sampa was never hounded out of the party. The only people that I might say, yes, these ones were chased from the party, maybe Dr. Chimbaka Mbwili and KBF. Mao Sampa left on his own. He told me, he called me, and he told me, let's go. I told him, I'm not going anywhere, you go alone. He went and used my colors and formed a party. You remember what was called orange.com. He formed the party, took those colors, it failed. That's when he rushed to UPND. Nobody chased Mao Sampa. Tell me who chased Mao Sampa from PF.
You know better.
Even after that, Walungu went to Mao Sampa. In fact, Walungu followed him in Matero. There's even a picture where Mao Sampa was cutting a cake with Walungu. He followed him in Matero and told him, let's work together, my young brother. As if that was not enough, Walungu even appointed Mao Sampa as the campaign manager for Chawama by-election, which was Chawe won. And I was there with Mao Sampa. So Mao Sampa should not lie that he was chased from PF. He chased himself. And he's got that tendency of chasing himself. Can you give me a name of a person who chased Mao Sampa from UPND? He went to UPND, he chased himself, he came back to PF. So he shouldn't claim to be more PF than any other person. In fact, Mao Sampa should thank what Faustina Sinyangwe. There was Faustina Sinyangwe in Matero.
When you look at the whole process and, you know, leading to the convention, which is highly being talked about, I know that the PF was supposed to go to the convention in March, you know, this year, and the March is ending in the next few days from now. What does it mean now to the party?
Listen, the PF party wanted to go for a convention. In fact, it's not even a convention, a conference, extraordinary conference. Yeah. But they realized that there are certain changes that they need to make in their constitution, the party constitution. Mao Sampa was pushing that agenda. He knew very well that GBM and Chimbaka Mbwili, they don't qualify.
In which way?
Go back to the constitution, the PF constitution, and check properly. You see that they don't qualify.
I have the constitution.
So him, what he wanted was, he knew that if he goes with them, and they are told at last minute that they don't qualify, he was simply going to talk to them and they support him and then he wins. Why can't he wait? Let him wait.
When you talk about the constitution, the PF constitution, in which clause exactly? Because I've got a copy of the constitution. I hope my director can bring it.
How many years is someone supposed to serve in the party before they can think of serving as the party president?
How many years?
Yeah. You said you know the constitution. I'm asking you a simple question. How many years?
You tell me.
I thought
all
you told me
to bring
you
the
know
constitution to you and the
how many years? When did Chimbaka Mbwili come back to PF?
3 years.
When did GBM come back to PF?
After 3 years.
And if you check, if I'm not mistaken, maybe they're supposed to serve more than that in the party before they can think of contesting for that position. So he knew very well that he may have served that long, and they haven't. So he wanted to ride on them. Because he knew that when they go there and they say, Maus Bamuju, if about to Funyamu, let's go with Maus. That was his plan. I know him in and out.
So always to blame here, would you blame one individual, one candidate, and not the entire central committee? Because even if you want to qualify to belong to a central committee, you need to have served, you know, a good number of years.
I don't want to go into detail of that, of what you're asking me about, because I might be touching on issues that are before the courts of law.
Right.
So for now, I think let's leave it there.
Right. Let's talk about the fight against corruption as we wind up the program. So far in our country, we've seen that a number of people have been arrested. And as you sit beside me, you are one of the people that have been arrested over these allegations of, corruption. It could be proceeds suspect to be accrued out of proceeds of crime. Are we moving on the right trajectory?
You see, the president was straight to the point to say, you follow them. Those that committed crimes, make sure they pay back, and they're answerable to whatever they did. And it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate that on the 23rd of August 2021, my house was under attack by DEC, Drug Enforcement Commission, and I was away on a business trip. So when I came back, they told me they got my assets, and they suspect that there are proceeds of crime. I've got no source of income, and it's unfortunate because even before PF formed government, I was running businesses. The bodyguard to the president, the current bodyguard to the president, Shapa Wankunguma, when he was building his house, he used to stop over my nightclub to buy drinks. That was before PF formed government. The current commissioner of police at State House, Mr. Maxwell Chongo, knows me in and out. He knows what I've done. In fact, I would say he's like my uncle because I would go to his house and eat when I was young in Kafue. He knows. I've never even caught him from the time he was appointed, not even Shapa himself. They know that I've been in business for a long time. I had 3 nightclubs before PF formed government. I had the first ever double-story boutique opposite Lumumba bus station in town before PF formed government. Most of these people that are in office, even some of those that are in the investigative wings, they were getting on buses when I was selling vehicles. So it's unfortunate that in 2021, when we lost the election, someone would say proceeds of crime. And I am a citizen, a law-abiding citizen. I allowed them to do their investigations. What is so shocking is that certain properties were obtained in 2012, 2010, 2009, 2015, and then you are saying these were bought in 2021 or 2020, so we are seizing them. The president is on the right track, but the investigative wings, they need to remove emotions as they discharge their duties. IP, today you might hate Max maybe because he was posting on Facebook or social media. So now that he's not in power, because me, I'm with DEC, or I'm with ACC, or I'm with Zambia Police, let me fix him. You are fixing me as an individual in your personal capacity. But you're not looking at the future of these young kids that we're bringing up. Because it is them that are to pay in future when UPND is not power for the mistakes that you are making as a civil servant. Civil servants should always try to be very professional in the way they discharge their duties. Today, Mr. Maxwell Chongo is at State House as Commissioner of Police, Deputy IG, because he was very professional in the way he was discharging his duties. He never wanted to bend. He actually went into exile because of being professional. And that's the reason why President Hakainde Hichilema appointed him. Today, if Shapa Wakunguma, that bodyguard to the president, wanted to listen to what politicians were telling him in Western Province, he would have been retired. But today is the bodyguard to the president because he did what was right according to his job description. Now we are seeing people grabbing things from people without investigating. And when you go to court, that's when they start investigating. I like the way ACC handled it. They realized that there was a problem with certain cases. They withdrew the cases. One of them is that one for Dr. Charuchufia, They withdrew it because they saw that, look, this was based on emotions and not really evidence. Let's restart again. Now, if DEC is not going to see that, because as an investigator, you need to know to say, look, we got a Hilux from Maxwell Chongo, we got a Land Cruise, we got a Makex, we got a truck, we got this and that. When did he buy this Hilux? Can we have the documents? What does it say in the system? If it says he bought the Hilux in 2012, why should we keep the Hilux in 2021? If it says the Land Cruiser was bought in 2019, why are we still keeping it? You understand? Because you can't keep stuff that was bought before the case that you're talking about. You might be in an office, you're 8 of you, you're saying, no, I'm squeezing. But when you go in court, it will be you to answer before the courts. I've seen a statement where people are saying, I even saw one interesting statement. I don't know if you saw